Have you ever done something and thought, why on earth did I do that? The answer might scare you, because your brain isn't as rational as might you think. Here's the truth. Most of the choices you make aren't conscious at all. They're driven by hidden forces in your mind, forces you don't even notice. And in this video, we're diving deep into the dark side of human behavior, the real psychology behind why you do things you can't explain. Stay with me until the end, because the last one will make you question if free will is even real. Chapter 1. Your brain isn't the boss you think it is. We like to believe we're in control, that every decision we make is based on logic. But according to neuroscience, about 95% of our thoughts, feelings, and decisions happen in the subconscious mind. That means most of what you do, you didn't really decide to do it. Your brain did, and then gave you a story to justify it later. Ever bought something expensive and told yourself, I deserve this? That's your brain, working overtime to make an impulsive decision look reasonable. Chapter 2. Why we act against our own interest. Here's a question. Why do people lie when the truth is easier? Why do we eat junk food even when we know it's bad? Why do people stay in toxic relationships? These aren't random mistakes, they're patterns. The reason is something psychologists call cognitive dissonance. When your actions and beliefs don't match, your brain hates it. It feels like mental itchiness. So instead of changing the action, the brain changes the story. Example, I didn't quit the gym because I'm lazy. I quit because the membership was too expensive. This isn't about lying to others. It's about lying to yourself, and you don't even know you're doing it. Chapter 3. The survival code in your brain. The dark side of human behavior starts with something that was once useful, survival instincts. Your brain evolved to keep you alive, not to make you happy or successful. That fear of public speaking. Back in the day, being rejected by your tribe could mean death. That urge to eat sugar, perfect for cavemen facing famine. Terrible when you live near a donut shop. Our brains are still running on ancient software, even though the world has completely changed. Chapter 4. The role of dopamine, your brain's trickster. Ever wonder why you can scroll on TikTok for an hour without noticing? Or why just one more episode turns into a Netflix marathon? Here's the twist. That's not pleasure. That's dopamine, the brain's trickster. Dopamine isn't pleasure. It's anticipation of pleasure. It's that little voice that says, maybe the next video will be amazing. That's why slot machines are addictive, and why social media feels like a casino in your pocket. Here's the scary part. You're not addicted to the reward. You're addicted to the chase. That's why your brain keeps pushing you, even when you know it's a waste of time. Chapter 5. The dark pull of group behavior. Ever done something in a group that you'd never do alone? That's de-individuation. When you lose your sense of self in a crowd. History is full of examples. Riots, mob violence, even social media pile-ons. When you feel anonymous, you stop feeling fully responsible. Your brain thinks, everyone's doing it, so it's fine. That's why peer pressure works, even on adults. Your brain values belonging more than logic. In fact, social rejection activates the same brain areas as physical pain. Chapter 6. Are we really in control? Now here's the scary question. If so much of what we do is subconscious, are we really in control? Think about it. Have you ever made a decision you swore was logical, only to regret it later? That job you took because it made sense, but left you miserable. That relationship you stayed in because things will change. You thought you were being rational, but maybe you were just following mental shortcuts your brain created decades ago. Chapter 7. When situations overpower morals. Let me tell you a story. In the 1970s, psychologist Philip Zimbardo ran the infamous Stanford prison experiment. Volunteers were split into guards and prisoners. Within days, normal college students were abusing their peers, humiliating them, torturing them psychologically. Why? Because the situation overpowered their morals. The experiment had to be stopped early because things got out of control so fast. This proves something terrifying. It's not just bad people who do bad things. Ordinary people can act in shocking ways when the environment pushes them. And guess what? Your environment is shaping you every single day, whether you realize it or not. Chapter 8. The hidden mental traps controlling you. Here are 3 psychological forces that control your behavior without you knowing. The halo effect. When one good trait, like looks, makes you assume someone is smart, kind, trustworthy. Spoiler, not always true. Confirmation bias. Once you believe something, your brain filters out evidence that proves you wrong. Loss aversion. You'd rather avoid losing $10 than win $10. That's why we stay stuck in bad jobs and relationships, because leaving feels like a loss. These forces aren't evil. They're shortcuts your brain uses to save energy, but they make you do things you can't explain. Chapter 9. The climax. Do we even have free will? Here's the mind-blowing part. Neuroscientists have found that your brain decides what you'll do up to 7 seconds before you're aware of it. In other words, by the time you choose, your brain already picked. Free will? Maybe not as free as we thought, but don't panic. Awareness is power. The more you understand these forces, the more you can spot them and make better choices. Chapter 10. Conclusion. Who's really in charge? So, why do we do things we can't explain? Because our brains are running on ancient survival codes, fueled by dopamine, shaped by social pressure, guided by shortcuts we barely notice. But here's the good news. The fact that you're watching this means you're already ahead of most people. Awareness is the first step to control. Next time you catch yourself scrolling for an hour, eating that extra slice, or agreeing to something you don't want, pause and ask, who's really in charge here? Me or my brain? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you next time.